Message from Hannelore, The Limitless Love of God. Channel, Jahn J. Kassl.
Dearest Jahn, I am with you now. I am with you every day. Heaven is opening its gates. Everything is regulating itself and beginning to settle down. In both large and small things, divine order is asserting itself, and divine order is truthfulness. Today, it is my duty to point out two areas in the new dynamics of transformation on Earth. A. People encounter their own unresolved images to a profoundly healing extent. Anyone who is willing to step out of their comfort zone now has this unique opportunity to reach the healing shore of light in an even shorter time than previously possible. The transformation of all people on this earth who continue to contribute to life and ensure the growth that is now taking place is now reaching these new standards, and the grace of God is working deeply into the souls of people. There is another dynamic that is now becoming visible in big steps. Many lives have been lived. Many, very many people will leave this earth in the near future. They will have reached their level of awareness and will not transcend certain boundaries they have set around their consciousness. At the same time, many of these people will have fulfilled their earthly tasks, implemented their life plans, and acted out their blueprints. These people will be welcomed into heaven with honor, joy, and in the light of God. It is always a miracle to experience the boundless love and the light of God after a largely loveless life on earth, and most people are granted this, even if sometimes only after a detour. JJK, so, especially people who have reached their senior years will now return. Hannelore, those who have reached their senior years and those who have fulfilled their life's purpose, or who can no longer live it to the end. Just as I found my way back to the light, after everything was done, other people from your immediate circle will now embark on this journey. Everyone is taken care of. No one will be stranded in dark worlds. Our light families have made arrangements on Earth. Even if some have missed their goal and were unable to land on the exact spot in their soul plan, they are lovingly welcomed by our family of light and inspired to further insights. No one gets lost or loses themselves when the redeemed souls of an ancestral line turn to the unredeemed souls with all their love. JJK, on the one hand, I often have the feeling that I'm being reborn as a human being and that my cycle of incarnation is far from complete. On the other hand, I have the impression that something has changed or shifted. It will be different than before. Hannelore, you remain deeply connected to the earth and its people. When I was on earth, I wanted nothing to do with a renewed human existence. Today, I see it with completely different eyes. I see the bigger picture, and what a wonderful service it is to incarnate on earth and contribute to its growth. Even if some things don't go optimally, or according to plan, the sum total of all the efforts of people who live with a pure heart is always a great gain for humanity. On our side of life, the consideration of success and failure is subject solely to the inner intention of a being. No person is measured by visible success, rather, each person is measured by their intentions. This is why so many people return safely to the light. Safely into the light. JJK, does this also apply to those people who received mRNA therapy? Hannelore, yes, many of these people, once they shed their bodies, go through specific cleansing programs until they can see themselves in the light again. It is true, every soul who sincerely believed in doing the right thing, even if they often did the wrong thing, will be received into God's grace. Please do not worry, the light is all-powerful and God is all-merciful. JJK, strange. A severe thunderstorm just started. It seemed somewhat threatening, especially since our area can be hit by very severe storms. I went to my room and visualized that only the rain would remain, but that any hail or other contaminants would dissipate. 5 minutes later, everything calmed down, which was kind of amazing. Does that have something to do with it? Hannelore, everything has an effect. When disaster approaches, you can avert it. By praying to heavenly powers, or through your own decrees and visualizations. More and more people today are becoming aware of their power, and they think about it at the right moment. JJK, as I sat down to take my dictation today, I felt like Lady Nada was going to speak with a message for world peace. I really wasn't expecting you today, but then, all of a sudden, you were there. Hannelore, the light and the messengers of the light are omnipresent. Who contacts you and when depends on the message that is to be conveyed at a specific time. Your work is based on your willingness to open yourself to the luminous being. Everything else happens automatically and through you. In a wonderful way. In this way, messages can be received that are largely free of one's own expectations and concepts. Your ideas are blocked out and dissolved immediately before a transmission begins. JJK, I always experience that before light readings. I often think about what topics I could include. Sometimes I have certain concepts about what live messages might come through, and then everything is always completely different. Hannelore, this allows you to trust yourself and your work. Trust is the most important aspect of your work. We conclude our gathering today. Dearest Jahn, don't worry for a moment. Everything is taken care of, because you and our project are in God's care. People long so much for the light that reaches them in a special way through your work, they are touched in their hearts, and only those who are touched deeply in their hearts can have their souls healed in a wonderful way. I am and remain in your midst, every day always. Hannelore.